welcome to the From 9. I got a timer, so I've got a rough idea when the memory card's going to run out. But yeah, I've also got windy pops tonight, which is great because the smell is not particularly pleasant. But yeah, such is life. But yes, my display has not just YouTube, but work. You should be able to see Packet Tracer, can you? Yep. Plenty. That'll take about 5 hours to focus, but oh well. Nothing like a good ramble is required. Where I sit in weird positions on the chair, because why the hell not? It's my chair and my lair. But yeah, I haven't had a good ramble in a while. We don't do enough of those anymore, do we? Because I got sick of the whole YouTube GUI interface that continually rats me off with its appallingness and how it just gets worse and worse. You know, I have to say it's quite an achievement what Google does with YouTube, managing to make the GUI worse than it was before. You know, every year after one of their GUI changes, or as they term it, update, with of course no understanding of what the word update actually means, you end up, well, wondering how are they going to fuck it up next year. And, well, the Google Plus thing is how they're doing it this year. So what will it be next year? Removing video from YouTube altogether? Since they've done that with the comments, wouldn't surprise me that they pretty much are going for a whole thing, merge absolutely everything into Google Plus, that it's just like clusterfuck awfulness. But yeah, I also found a whole ton of multimeter probes in the wee bin, so I grabbed as many as I could fit in my pockets. And where have I put them all? Because they're not all sitting down there in the pile anymore. I put them somewhere and forgot where I put them. Typical. I do that. I put things in places and forget where I put them. That's life. That's got me thinking, where have I put them? But yeah, Packet Tracer. Let's get on to the main subject of rambly goodness. Yes, so tonight I've been doing ACLs. If you can read the clock on my computer, it currently says 3:20 AM. I finished about half an hour-ish ago, roughly. So that's the practical done, but yeah, the ACLs I had to pretty much relearn them again because I've forgotten how to set them. And yeah, ACLs are so finicky, they are ridiculously easy to get wrong, and then you end up with basically a network that doesn't work. However, the stuff that should ping each other can, such as these two PCs and whatnot, but things like pinging the printers, you know, the computers can only access the printers on their network, which is kind of how you want it to be. And the fact that nothing in this can reach the database server, but we can reach the web server. So if we go to this, what is it? png web.net. There we go. We are the Lord Masters of your future. Yes, I edited the web thing from the default Cisco one. I did want to do the Martique thing that it's called to get the text scrolling, but of course because this is a simulation, you know, you don't have the functionality of absolutely everything, and that includes even in the Cisco iOS itself. There are many functions missing that exist in real world routers, such as these. In fact, we've got 4 routers here and one switch, because the other switch is down with my project stuff down there. But yeah, it's all that goodness. It's actually kind of cool being able to get a rough idea of time. But yeah, so that's why I'm not in bed. Plus, I went to sleep from about 3 to about 7 earlier, so I've had a few hours sleep, which means I'm not going to get any tonight. Good job it's the weekend tomorrow, where I'll pick this up and then do the written part of the report. But yeah, this has got to go to a rant from questions earlier. There are people in class who don't know how to subnet. They're doing a computer networking course and they're in their 3rd year. Whose cock or vagina did they have to suck to get there? Seriously. How the hell do they make it all the way to year 3 not being able to subnet? You know, subnetting is as important as the gas techies or engineers having corgi. If you can't subnet, you can't network. Ah! How? That is frustrating. Yeah, it sounds completely mean and evil, but it's just so frustrating. Then they're asking you for your help, and you know, as you're trying to help them because they don't understand the basic concepts, you just feel as if they're wasting your time, and it's just so frustrating. And you know, these aren't necessarily bad people because, you know, outside of it, although one of them does really need to learn how to use a shower because they stink. But yeah, frustrating. I like helping people, but I like helping people who don't basically spend the year doing other stuff than the work they're supposed to do. Because I just feel if you're not going to put in your part of the work, you're just wasting my time and knowledge, and I wish I had the guts to just say that to their faces. Because I'm too kind for my own good, and there needs to be the times when I just go, no, you're wasting my time. Take on more the attitude that Jordan has, where it's just like, no, you're wasting my time. Yeah, I need to take on that more attitude because it's kind of annoying. As you can probably understand why, if you're in a position of knowing how to do something and you've got people who just don't help themselves. So yeah, I'm sure you can share my frustration there. Oh god, we're almost out of time to get into a proper ramble, and you know, you'll run out of time. Well, there's a good few minutes left, so it's not all doom and gloom. In fact, actually watching on the watch actually makes it go slower. Interesting side effect. But yeah, we have research PC and whatnot, and various areas and all that happy jazz and stuff, and goodness. As it refer back to a while back, I made that video on how to subnet, which is actually part of the coursework, which when it came through with the report got about 70% on there, you know. I did what the video said. It had a 50 meg limit, which was rather stringently tight if you ask me, but such is life. Oh well. When Yusuf is doing that assignment, I don't mind helping him with it because, you know, he can borrow the camera equipment and whatnot, and editing on my PC, that's fine. I need to install Sony Pro Vegas on this machine. Why? Why do you think? You know, got two machines, you know, when one's doing something, you can do the other. Laptop fan's been going mental all day, going as the hairdryer as Ash calls it. But yeah, usual jazz. And what? There was nothing interesting in the wee bin today. That was yesterday. I gained some interesting stuff. Multimeter probes. Pardon-y, wardon-y. I've never understood the whole point of manners. Always been an aspect that confuses me too. Yeah, pleases and thank yous, but why do people get arsey about you essentially belching and farting? Especially belching, because normally they don't have some sort of nasty side effect like a smell. Usually they're smellless. Farting I can understand because some people just have plain evil farts. My brother's farts are evil. So was my old dog's, but then he had half his bowel removed because he ate a squash ball, the idiot. The joy of dogs. They'll cost you thousands in vet bills, and yet we still love them to death. I wish I was in an NHS for dogs. There's a stray cat around here that I want to adopt, and I probably will end up adopting it because I'm a right softy when it comes to animals. Then when it comes to leaving uni, you know, dogs don't like cats. There's a bit of a problem there. I have to inquire with my parents about it because, you know, it's a stray cat, you know, it has no home and it needs a nice cosy bed to sleep on at night. Little kitten, cute thing. I don't like the idea of just leaving it out there in the cold and having no home. Someone's put a collar thing around it saying stray, registered stray or something. Not really sure what to do about that cat. It'd be an interesting thing to actually mention to the parents, but there are pitch students who look after it, who feed it and whatnot, and I saw it leap out someone's window, and it's like, well, it's good that there are people actually caring for the little thing, but, you know, all animals need some sort of home and love. But yeah, we're going to run out of time soon, so, yeah, usual jazz. My rambles are still as inconsistent as ever and still seem to be, although views and comments have gone since the whole latest so-called Google update. Google, screw you for ruining YouTube. You know, they're repressing freedom of speech, you know. Because I can't comment on anything and express my ideas. They're the main medium I do, which is really frustrating. And I like being able to interact with my audience, and now it's just like, yeah. Tell you what, stick a link to the old Facebook thing. And I'm afraid you're going to have to get in contact with me on there, because the YouTube thing just isn't working. Gotta love the camera being courteous to run out of memory on you, but hey, such is life. Did you know it actually is quicker to stick the old battery on charge, get the new one out of the case, stick it in the camera and have a wee than the memory SD card downloading to the laptop behind me and this hard drive that's sitting under this monitor, between the stand and the monitor anyway. This Dell monitor, this classic old Dell monitor is still dead, so I'm going to try replacing the transistors in the backlight power supply circuit, see if we can bring it back. So I love this monitor, it's awesome! I quite like to mount it to the wall actually, just have its lights on some sort of articulated arm like the monitors in Aperture Laboratories. Let's put it back there because that's a good place to dump it rather than under the bed where I keep that for room for the actual junk. You know, circuit boards, things I pulled to bits from the wee bin and whatever else. And because I don't have any more of these power supplies, I know what's wrong with this one, or at least I've done some basic troubleshooting, and I'm going to repair it. Looks like the same stuff that was wrong with that cheapy power supply that you may have remembered me repairing. That is now. Here. Remember me fixing that? Looks like it's the same problem. Transistors have gone short. Something's gone short in there. Worth figuring out what, blown the fuse, you know. Should I bypass the fuse? There's no fuse holder in there. They never put fuse holders in them damn power supplies, which is annoying. I've drunk an insane amount of tea today. My tea flask feels rank, so I've got it in soak in the kitchen. And I've got the farts. Brilliant. But at least I've got the practical out of the way so I can start the actual righty up bit tomorrow and hopefully finish it tomorrow and then go from there. I need to do screenshots testing, but all the initial testing's good. I've already gained a whole load of screenshots and I'm about to rip hair out my leg. Mum reckons me ripping my hair out my legs and stuff is actually a stress reaction, which makes sense, because I do tend to do it more at uni than I do when I'm back at home. Oh dear, I did windy pops again. Yeah, you don't want to be in this room with me tonight, it's a bit smelly. It's a bit on the smelly side. But yes, all that goodness. I have been having Mr. Amazing Atheist running while I've been doing network configs. I always find either playing music or running some sort of YouTube video that I can just sort of listen to as a podcast type thing while doing work, it's just something that works for me. It's like, well, at the second year of college, I just would have watch Doctor Who and have the radio shows running while I was essentially soldering. So like every evening after doing a whole load of work, I'd start up Doctor Who and then just sit there soldering stuff and building stuff. You know, I made a few projects in the course of the year. I don't have that luxury here because my soldering kit's at home. I can't even make rudimentary repairs, which is annoying, but such is life. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. Someone liked that philosophical comment of mine that I stole straight from Portal and turned it into a philosophical thing, however you say the damn word, because I have some sort of weird speech impediment thing that I called, what is it, pragmatic speech disorder or something like that. I don't know what it is. However, my disability lady I see every Monday, apart from last Monday, no, yeah, it would have been last one Monday I haven't seen her when I should have, because I was just like, oh, I don't know, it's just like one of those days. Just like I woke up late and it was just like, ugh, I can't be bothered with rushing. I woke up like something like 9:30 and I'm supposed to be there for 10. It's just like, oh, god damn it. It was just one of those days, you know them. I've got a CCTV CRT monitor down there where the tube needs to be focused. Also got the control system with no power supply, so got to jury rig something up for that. Yeah, I do miss access to the soldering kit that I can just sit there and work on something in the evening when I'm bored. Or just feel like it, you know. I like having the soldering iron set up to do that. Because I like electronics, you know, it's a hobby. I've got some caps to blow up, which I'm probably going to blow up while I'm here at uni. They are Chang caps. Horrible cheapy things which will die prematurely anyway. So this is a 16 volt, so we'll stick 30 volts into it. These are 35, which means we're not going to be blowing them up with that power supply because that only does 30 volts output max. Or is it more? No, I think it's only 30 volts. But we can pop the top of this and we'll do it by basically having it outside the window. So it doesn't set off the smoke alarms and it doesn't pose a threat to my eyes, but you know, if you aim it down a little plastic tube, which I have one behind the camera, you could shoot capacitors at people. Actually, I might try shooting capacitors through the tube. I won't aim them at people. I'll either aim them up in the air or maybe at maybe at a building I shouldn't aim it at. because there's a person of high status who resides in that building who would have one heck of a go at me for blowing up capacitors in the uni room, but hey, students do stupid things when they're bored, and stupid things are funny. They give funny memories to give. Like all the memories with me and my best mate, we used to get up to all sorts of fun mischief. But we were clever about it, so we never actually got in trouble for it, you know. There's stuff that you could ask, like, how the hell did we get away with it? But hey, what I did in my youth is between me and him. Well, what we did in our youth, and shouldn't really have any effect on our job roles today. Because we never actually went to causing pain or misery for others. We were just purely entertaining ourselves and sensible about it at the same time. And that's what youngsters do. There's too many that sort of, well, whittle away on stuff. Am I just going to be like this all night? Oh god, it's getting to 4 now. Really? I'm not even tired. That's a crazy thing. It's one of those nights where I need some tranquilizers. You know, the kind of thing. I've got an oscilloscope CRT sitting over there that there is a part of me that wants to like remove all the shielding from it and lob it out the window and essentially watch it implode on the road outside. I don't know how to clear up the glass though. The only trouble is that could backfire on me, that when you run over the glass it punches your tyres. Which would leave me rather pissed off with myself, but it's just like, why did I do that? That was just stupid. That's why you want some area you can throw it into and not have to worry about it. It's always quite amusing, you know, you get flats which, like, you know, it's been known for people to lob TVs out the windows and stuff. And to be honest, I don't blame people for lobbing TVs out the windows because, you know, there isn't really much of interest to watch on them. And if you don't have a game console, there isn't really much point in having a TV in the first place. You know, there's the odd good thing on there, but sifting through all the rubbish for the good stuff, not worth it in my opinion. Oh goody, we're about to run out of memory again in about a minute and a half. Because we got to 11:40, so we're going to get to about 11:30 under my prediction now. Will I do more rambling? Oh dear. Do you find that your spit glands do this? Because they just did it just now. Where just randomly, out of nowhere, they just go and squirt a load of saliva out like a water pistol. Usually the spit glands under the tongue do that. I don't know why they do that, but they do, and they do it randomly, and it's beyond my control. And I'm wondering, does that happen to other people? Because that is a really weird quirk. Is it a quirk that's common to humanity, or is it just something that's common to me? Because there's something wrong with my spit glands, or, you know, I've got so many dodgy, weird quirks, it's insane. Oh yay. Stop windy popping! It smells horrible. It's only a matter of time before the smell hits. Oh dear. Because farts aren't sexy. They don't smell sexy anyway. There's probably someone who has a fetish for farts though. There's people who have fetishes for eating feces, so yeah, there's going to be people who have fetishes for farts, that's guaranteed. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up now because now the rambling is just turning into sort of potty level, immature stuff, so yeah. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoy, and yeah. Do I really want... Well actually, where's the thing? Here it is. Nice poster.